Blessings to everybody. What is up? It's your boy King Kartel back again, once again. And in this video, we are talking about what if Chris had arrived to Raccoon City during the outbreak instead of being in Europe. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's get into it, man. Chris Redfield, having returned from Europe after investigating Umbrella's illicit activities, arrives in Raccoon City amidst the chaos of the T-virus outbreak. His initial goal, to find his sister Claire, who he knows is in the city looking for him. However, upon witnessing the devastation and the undead horrors roaming the streets, Chris's mission quickly expands to include aiding survivors and uncovering evidence to further expose Umbrella. Always found it interesting the fact that it's framed that Chris goes to Europe under the guise of vacation, and there are members of RPD, S.T.A.R.S unit, the whole department as a whole, who are aware that he is in Europe doing something. Now, we know he's in Europe investigating Umbrella, but for those within the workplace, they just think of it as, oh, Chris took a vacation. So him coming back to Raccoon City, one, would be a surprise for everyone. The fact that his sister Claire is in the city during the outbreak, I believe, would create this special sense of urgency for Chris to, one, get her out of there, but two, try to help as many people as he can, as many people as possible. Upon learning that rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy and his own sister Claire are working together to survive and escape, Chris makes it his priority to find them. Utilizing his training and experience, Chris navigates through the zombie-infested streets and eventually reunites with Claire and Leon at the Raccoon City Police Department. Together, they form a formidable team with Chris's leadership guiding them through perilous encounters and providing them with a fighting chance against the bioweapons unleashed by Umbrella. It's always interesting to me when I think of the Chris versus Leon debate, and not to necessarily say it's a debate. We all know that Leon is inarguably the most popular character in Resident Evil history, but in my opinion, Chris is without a doubt the greatest protagonist in Resident Evil. He has the resume, he has the longevity, he has the skills, and when you think about it from the rank and file perspective of RPD and S.T.A.R.S unit members, Chris would almost serve as a mentor like figure to Leon, because you have to understand at this particular time, Leon is all but a rookie cop, wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac, you know, the whole nine. He has no idea what he's getting into. On the flip side, you have a guy like Chris who has, at this point, already experienced the events of the mansion incident. So Chris has another level of knowledge when it comes to just dealing with bioweapons, with dealing with how Umbrella operates, that Leon gains later. But at this particular time, during the events of the Raccoon City incident, he has no knowledge of. He doesn't even know how to attack the situation. In fact, I would argue without Marvin, Leon's done. Without Marvin, Leon, there is no way he makes it out of Raccoon City Police Department. It would have been impossible for him, even with as great of combat prowess as he has. One thing I do respect about Leon, on his first day of the job, he quickly realized, I'm going to have to kill somebody. You know what I mean? So, you know, salute to Leon, you know what I mean? It's not taking anything away from him. But in terms of Leon, Chris is big bro. And it's just that simple. But again, salute to Leon and salute to Leon fans. Now, let's talk about confrontations with Nemesis, Mr. X, William Birkin. Actually, we'll talk about Nemesis for now. As Jill Valentine, Another S.T.A.R.S member battles the relentless bioweapons of Nemesis. Chris's presence in the city offers her an unexpected ally. Chris, familiar with Umbrella's monstrosities, joins forces with Jill, lending his combat expertise to their desperate fight. Their combined efforts not only increase their survival odds, but also allow them to inflict significant damage on Nemesis, perhaps even altering the outcome of their encounters. Now, Jill, and we'll probably do a separate video for her, needs no assistance. Jill might be the queen of RE. I got a whole separate video coming out for Jill. Big shout out to Jill Valentine. I think she is vastly underrated in terms of what she means for the series as a whole. You have to understand that Jill, along with Chris, is there from dang near the beginning. All right, she experiences the mansion incident in similar fashion the way Chris does, and she gets out alive, but she was almost a sandwich, right? So you got somebody like that teaming up with Chris, the possibilities are endless. I tell you what, Nemesis, if you had a problem with Jill by yourself, you are going to have a big problem with both of them together, because they are both combat wise, intelligence wise, they got everything. They got everything you need to survive. Strength wise, they don't have, the superhuman capabilities that a Wesker would have, but in terms of just being able to figure things out, the critical thinking aspect of dealing with bioweapons, they got all of that. Now let's transition into Umbrella's secrets. With Chris in Raccoon City, the group's efforts to gather incriminating evidence against Umbrella intensifies. Chris's intimate knowledge of Umbrella's operations and his determination to bring the corporation down lead the team to hidden facilities and crucial data that could prove Umbrella's responsibilities for the outbreak. Their discoveries, combined with the evidence collected by Leon, Claire, and Jill, become instrumental in the global effort to expose and dismantle Umbrella. Now, we all know that eventually Umbrella is outed, but imagine a world where prior to Raccoon City being absolutely obliterated, they are able to get the word out there. When you talk about a Leon, Claire, Jill, and a Chris, that's dang near a starting five. Like, if you're trapped in Raccoon City, that might be your Mount Rushmore in terms of people coming to get you. You probably could add Hunk on that list. Maybe we'll talk about Hunk too. But who else would you want to come find you in Raccoon City outside of those four? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. From there, it kind of gets into a united escape. As the government's decision to obliterate Raccoon City becomes inevitable, Chris and his allies focus on escaping the doomed city. Their journey, ripe with danger, from hordes of zombies to the mutated forms of William Birkin and the relentless pursuit of Nemesis. However, Chris's tactical acumen and the group's solidarity enable them to navigate these threats and reach a means of escape, possibly a helicopter or a hidden underground train, just in the nick of time. There is no doubt in my mind that Chris would have knowledge of how to get out. I don't know if S.T.A.R.S members, have access to certain files. How in the government, certain organizations have access to what we would deem classified documents. I think the S.T.A.R.S unit probably have something similar. Now, they don't have access to all the information. That's probably reserved for a Chief Irons, a Albert Wesker, men of that ilk. But outside of a couple documents, I can't imagine that the S.T.A.R.S unit members would know, hey, underneath here, there's a way to get out. We could make it out. So even if you don't have a Marvin there to serve as a guide on how to get out the city, or how to get out the police department, you would have a Chris, possibly even a Jill, who may have that information. I think that would be extremely interesting. Now let's get into Aftermath and Legacy. Surviving the nightmare of Raccoon City strengthens the bond between Chris, Claire, Leon, and Jill. Together, they become more determined than ever to fight against bioterrorism and ensure that the horrors of Raccoon City are never repeated. Their shared experiences lay the groundwork for future collaborations as they join or support organizations like the BSAA, dedicating their lives to protecting the world from the shadows of Umbrella and other emerging threats. In this alternate scenario, Chris Redfield's presence in Raccoon City during the events of RE2 and 3 adds a layer of depth to the narrative, showcasing the power of unity against overwhelming odds and the relentless pursuit of justice in the face of corporate malevolence. The government was just letting Umbrella do whatever they wanted to do. Hey, are you paying your corporate taxes? Not much different than how real life works, right? So I just thought it was an interesting topic to talk about it. We talk about a lot of these topics live on my channel. So if you are into just chilling, talking about Resident Evil live with me while I play, feel free to join us, man. If you would like to support the movement, hit the join button, man. $5 goes a long way into helping with the content creation here. I really just want to give you guys much love, much respect to everyone who sat up there and liking the video, comment on the video. Yeah, much love to you guys, man. I had no idea the community was so cool. But anyway, let me get out you guys' way. I've talked long enough, man. My name is King Kartel, man. I'm up out of here, man. Be safe, be careful, wear a face mask. And I'll see you big head motherfuckers on the next one. Peace.